Adventures.
Hi guys, and welcome to this week's Creative Play with Ditto. My name is Dominique and I'm going to be your safari guide today. What's your name? Great, it's so good to meet you. Now, before we go on our adventure today, has anybody heard of a safari before? Don't worry if you haven't. I'm your guide and I will talk you through everything we're going to do today. Now, on today's safari, we're going to an amazing place called Africa. Has anyone heard of that place before? Don't worry if you haven't. I'm going to show you right now where Africa is. Africa is this really big piece of land, but it isn't just one country. Africa is made of 54 countries, so it's a really big place. On today's safari, we aren't going around every country in Africa. That would take so long. So instead, we're going to just one magical place. An amazing, unique place called the Okavango Delta in Botswana. Which is all the way down here. Shall we say that place together? It's the Okavango Delta. Your turn. Great. This place is one of the most unique places in all of the world. But before we go there, we're going to need some things to protect our skin because Africa is a really hot place. So, who can think of things that we might need to keep our skin safe? Yeah, sun cream. That's our number one thing we're going to need. So let's all get our sun cream and let's spray it on. Are we covered? I think we should rub it in to make sure we're super safe. Good. I think we're covered in our sun cream. Now, there's something else we can use as well to make sure our face is covered and not going to get too much sun. Can anyone think of what that might be? Yes, that's it, a hat. So, I think we should go and get our hats. Now, if you don't have a hat around, don't worry, we can use our imaginary hats. But if you do have one, maybe we should go and get it. And then we're just going to need one last thing which is going to help us see all of those amazing animals. Can anyone think what it might be? Something which we use in our hands and we look through with our eyes? Yeah, binoculars. Now, I don't have any binoculars lying around. I don't know about you. So I thought we could make some before we go. Now, you might need an adult to help you with this as it might be a little bit tricky for you. But all we're going to need is 2 toilet tubes. So these are things that you'll find in the middle of the toilet roll. We'll need some sellotape. Now, I don't have any normal sellotape, so I'm going to have to use this thick black tape, but any tape will do. And lastly, you're going to need some scissors. So this is where you're going to need a grown-up to help. The first thing we're going to do is use our toilet tubes and pop them next to each other on a flat surface. Then we're going to get our tape. We're going to try and hunt down the end of the tape. Found it. We're going to get some tape. Now this is where you're going to need your grown-up. Get your grown-up to cut the tape. So we've got a nice big bit of tape. We are then going to put it on our toilet tubes. So we're going to put it on our toilet tubes. Tape all the way around. Brilliant. We've now got our binoculars. But if you don't have any toilet tubes or any sellotape, don't worry, because we can always use our hands. I think we have everything now for our adventure. Shall we go? Let's hop on board and start our journey. So, as I said, the Okavango Delta is a really unique place, and it's so unique because it changes so much. in their winter time, it's super dry. All of the grass is brown and crispy, and then the rain comes and a massive flood fills the entire place and brings so many different animals. Now, at the minute, it's wintertime in Botswana, so it's very dry. So animals that we could think of finding are things like monkeys or lions or cheetahs or even leopards. Now, I think we should try and find a leopard. Does anyone know what a leopard looks like? I'm going to put one on the screen right now so everyone knows what one looks like. Great, so we all know what we're looking for. So leopards can actually be found up in trees. They like to climb up and sit in the branches. That's also where they sleep. So let's have a look for some trees. Let's get our binoculars out. There's a tree over there. Shall we get a bit closer to see if we can find any leopards? Let's go. Wow, I think I see one. Up there in the tree. Brilliant, can you see it too? Now leopards are one of the big cats which you can find in Africa. And as I said, they like to be in trees. So I think we can always say that they're very, very sneaky cats. Shall we get out and try and join in with the leopards? Yeah, I think we should too. So leopards like to live up trees and they take really good pride in their appearance. They like to clean themselves with their hands. Make sure they're nice and clean behind those ears. And when they walk around, they're really, really sneaky and quiet. So let's get nice and sneaky. So we could think about walking around on our tiptoes, super, super quietly. And being up in trees, they've got to have really good balance. Let's try walking in a straight line on our tiptoes. Oh, brilliant. Now, let's think about how leopards would lie down in the trees. So, they've got their two big paws to put on front, secure ourselves onto that tree, and their head's gonna have a nice little shake. Get all those flies off, and we're gonna put our head down, and we're gonna close one eye. Have a look around. And close the other eye. And have another look around. Good. I think it's nice and cozy up here. Shall we have a nap? Did you know leopards can sleep for up to 18 hours? That's a really long nap. Maybe we won't have a nap that long. Instead, why don't we go for a run? Leopards can run up to 54 miles per hour. That's really fast, isn't it? Shall we see if we can run that fast? Yeah. Right, let's get ready. 3, 2, and 1. Let's go. Really fast. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Wow, I'm really tired now. I think we should get back in the truck before we all fall asleep. Now, the Okavango Delta is home to over 750 animals, including snakes, elephants, birds, hippos, and monkeys. Shall we see if we can find some monkeys? I think I can hear some over there. Let's have a look, shall we? Time for our binoculars again. There they are, I've spotted them. Can you see them too? Say hello to the monkeys. Now, these monkeys look like vervet monkeys. They're the most common kind of monkey which you can find in the Okavango. They like to climb up those really tall trees and all of those beautiful red flowers up in there. They like to drink all the juice out of them. Shall we go up and join them? It looks quite tall though. I think that might be too far for us to climb. Unless, maybe we should become monkeys too. Then we can easily climb up. Shall we do it? So, Vervet monkeys like to walk on all fours. They're a little bit slinky. Their shoulders roll back on every walk, like they've got a little bit of attitude. And they've got one really big tail behind them. Shall we shake our tail? Let's do it. Lovely, shake that tail. Brilliant. Vervet monkeys also jump really high on their legs. Shall we see how high we can jump? Let's do it. 3, 2, 1, woo! Shall we try it again? Let's go in 3, 2, 1. Let's jump really high. Brilliant. Now that we're all monkeyed up, shall we try and climb that big tree? Yes, I think we should too. Right, let's get ready. Let's get our hands on that tree, shake our tail for balance, and let's climb. Wow. Let's keep going. Nearly there. Whew. And we're up in the tree. Wow. Look how far we can see. So as I said when we was down there, vervet monkeys like to drink all of the juice out of these beautiful red flowers around us. And it is pretty hot, so I'm feeling a little bit thirsty. Shall we try them? Yes, I think we should too. Let's reach for one. Pop, let's get it off. Let's have a look inside. Wow, mine's super juicy. Is yours? Yes, mine is as well. Let's have a try. Wow, that's super tasty. I'm gonna have another one. Lovely. I could relax up in this tree all day long. Oh, what's that? I think I can hear the rain coming. It's a good job we're underneath all of these leaves. It's like one giant umbrella. Every year from March until June, this entire area gets flooded with billions of gallons of water. And with that flood, everything changes. What was once a dry, sandy desert suddenly becomes flooded and becomes an underwater garden filled with trees, plants, and lots of different animals. When the flood comes, lots of different animals have really important jobs to do. One of those animals is the elephant. I'm sure we all know what elephants look like. I think we should see if we can find some elephants. Shall we get our binoculars? Good idea. Let's have a look around. I think we've spotted some over there. Now, does anyone know what elephants eat? Yes, they eat plants. Now, with all of this water, there's so many more plants, and elephants have a really important job to do. Elephants start eating away at all of these plants to create new rivers, almost like underwater roads which help other animals get around. Shall we dive down out of this tree and go and join the elephants? Yes, I think we should too. Let's all get ready. 3, 2, 1, woo! We made it. The water down here is so nice and warm. Shall we call our new elephant friends over? Yes, I think we should as well. Firstly, it's time to get our ears ready. Now, elephants have 2 massive ears at either side of their head. Shall we get our ears out? Lovely. And the next really important thing is our big trunk. So, let's make our trunk. Let's wave it around. Wave to our elephant friends. Lovely. Now, elephants use their trunks for so many different things. They use it for drinking water, for picking things up, and for spraying water over each other to help cool them down. And they made that super cool trumpet sound. Shall we have a go at making that sound? Yeah? Let's get our trunks back. 3, 2, 1. Lovely, they sounded brilliant. I think they heard us. They're coming over. Now, elephants have a helping hand when it comes to building these new underwater roads. Their friends are called the hippos. The hippos underwater run around and create these big trenches so lots of animals can use them to go to and from. Hippos are really big animals that can weigh up to 2,000 kilograms. That's really heavy. And they spend most of their time underwater, but at night time they will come out on the side and start eating their food. Hippos are considered the king of the underwater in the Okavango Delta. They can hold their breath for up to 5 minutes. I don't think I can hold my breath that long. Shall we see how long we can hold our breath for? Right, let's get ready. Big breath in. And... wow, I definitely can't hold my breath for 5 minutes. That would be so long. I think we should make our way to the edge of the water and see what we can find on land. Let's go. Now, on the edge of the water, you can find a certain kind of dog. Now, not a dog like you or me might have at home. These are called African painted dogs, and they're wild dogs. They like to live in packs with all of their friends, and they're really spotty with white fluffy tails. I'll show you a photo now. I wonder if we can see any. I think it's time for our binoculars again. Let's put them on. I can't see them anywhere. But I think I can hear them. Maybe if we try and blend in with them, they'll come out and see us. Right, let's turn into those African painted dogs. So, they're a little bit similar to the dogs that we might have at home in the fact that they have 4 legs, they walk around on their 4 legs, and they have tails, although their tails are quite short and fluffy. So, let's get our legs ready and let's go for a little walk. Let's see how they walk around. So they might trot a little bit like your dog at home because they can run pretty fast, but sometimes they like to have a little stroll. They like to take their time. And sometimes they have really big stretches. Shall we stretch like a dog? And a little shake. Lovely. Shall we see if our African painted dog ears work? Yeah? So they've got 2 little ears on top of their head. And if they hear something, they go... and they try and find what it is. Let's give our ears a wiggle. Brilliant. So, shall we put all of that together and see if our African painted dog friends are going to come out? Yeah? Let's get our bodies into position on all 4s, and let's give our head a little shake. Let's give our tail a little shake. Lovely, and let's walk around and see if those African painted dogs are going to come and join us. Lovely, there they are over there. Can you see them? Yeah, brilliant. They've come to say hello to us all. Let's say hello back. So African painted dogs like to live and help with their friends. If one of them's in danger, they'll all come to the rescue. How nice. They're also very strategic. So when they're feeling a little bit hungry, they'll make a really big plan on how they can all help to get some food together. Now that's teamwork. Now, it's getting quite late and I wouldn't want to be out here in the dark, but I think we have time to see one more animal. Do you guys want to see one more animal? Yeah, so do I. The last animal I think we should try and see is around the edge of the water. Lily trotters are quite small birds, but with really long legs and even longer toes, and they like to trot along on top of all the lilies on the edge of the water. Shall we try and join in? I think we should too. So, the last animal that we've seen is our lily trotter. So as I said, they have 2 super long legs. So shall we try it? Let's get our legs super long. There we go. And they've got really big toes. So let's stretch those toes nice and big. Brilliant. And they're going to trot over on those lilies. So if we think about it, those lilies on top of the water are going to be really wobbly. That's why they have such big feet, to help balance. So let's give it a go trying to balance on all of those lilies. Are we ready to step on? Here we go. Whoa, it's a bit wobbly. You're doing such a good job, guys. Nice. And they've also got their little wings. Now, lily trotters don't really fly, but they do have their wings. So let's put it all together. Let's have our wings. We're going to stick our bum out because we're a nice little bird. And those super long legs. Here we go. Let's balance on those lilies. Beautiful, everyone. Wow, they're really good. Lily trotters pride themselves on how tidy their houses are, and as soon as there's a little bit of rubbish or an old eggshell, they quickly run away with it and plop it into the water so no one can see it. Wow, I've had a great time on safari today. Have you? Great, it's brilliant to hear that. Unfortunately, all the animals which we've seen today are classed as endangered, which means that there's not a lot of them left in the wild. Most of them will live on reserves where they're protected. But climate change and deforestation are things which really affect all of these animals. As the world gets hotter and hotter, more fires happen and less water comes down to the Okavango Delta, which means less animals. And with people hunting down trees in forests, that means that all of those birds and monkeys won't have any homes. So it's really important that we look after the planet that we have and make sure that everyone can see all of these beautiful animals like we have today. I really hope you had a good time on our safari today, and hopefully you can tell your friends of all these beautiful creatures that you've seen. But for now, it's time to get back in the truck and go back home. See you later!